Alright, I'm back. Change of plans. Things fell through tonight, so I decided to get my way back on this amazingly haunted ship with my two slews. Good old Chester 44 slash Falai, as I like to call them on stream, and then, of course, y'all know him, Serenity. Here we go.
Hello.
And yes,
We're
popcorn.
gonna try and finish this tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, forgive the popcorn, but I need de-stress. I had a stressful day, and this is going to be a game that will help me focus on better things.
Indeed. Let's figure out who we need to figure out.
Yep.
Yeah, what were we doing? Alright, we got all chapter 1 and 2 done. We got all chapter 3 done.
Chapter 4.
We don't. Yeah, I got somebody in chapter 4 we still need to figure out.
I think he's one of the top men. He looks Chinese to me. I can't figure out this guy.
That one was, oh no, did we...
No, I guessed him.
Well,
it wasn't
we don't know if you've got him yet or not. Because, we have to wait for a confirmation.
That's what I'm wondering. Didn't we do a solution at the end of the last one?
I don't think so.
I don't remember.
Then we have two souls
we
here.
got these two here.
One on the firing squad,
Sure.
one, I believe, is a Russian. One of the Russians. We have this gentleman right here.
Yep.
So I have pretty much all the top men left except for all the Chinese top men. And like a couple more, I think. I know two of the Chinese top men that died by number, but other than that, I have the passengers to figure out, and that's gonna get me some fate solved. I could brute force them, but I'm not going to because that's just not fun. This fellow, I'm gonna put up my stream thingy. There we go. So there's a lot of people in chapter 4, and then some people here in the Doom. I think he was one of the top men. No, not him. We had a couple people that tried to escape, and then they just got destroyed. This is my only 2 diamond left. But I think I tried to follow him, and I couldn't figure it out. The Russian. Find out the attacker.
I think it was one of the women.
Yeah, you're right.
One of the passengers.
So once I figure out who the passengers are, there we go. One of these two. Then I already figured out these 2 people.
Yeah, you just don't know where.
Yep.
Only there was some way to figure that out.
Alright, so where are we starting?
So let me guess for the passengers. Is that something that's only found in the memories, or is something on the ship that can help me reveal that location?
What do you mean? In what regard do you mean about the passenger? About the
I'm
2
guessing
women?
he's asking is there a way to figure out which woman is which based on something looking at them in the memories, or based on where they can be found on the ship, or something like that? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, because there's some clues on the ship left over that you can kind of go to. Your memories are your best bet, but at the same time, there's very little on, on these women. They just appear, not do much.
Yeah, there is a way to distinguish between the 2 of them in the memories.
Alright, well, fine. I'll just, it's only a couple memories where they're a part of. But if I get them, I'm gonna get a lot more detail done. All right, so just follow one of the women. Let's follow you. First memory. The Doom. And then escape. Okay. So she was on...
Yeah, they are not.
Oh yeah, I know where she is on the ship. She's by the helmsman. She's over here. Just ducking and covering. Doesn't tell me much. So the next memory where I find him in is when they're boarding the boat. And then when they're... Okay. Maybe I missed something in those two little memories.
Last one. Move.
Nothing to that long. She's got a ring on her finger. What could that mean?
Yeah, she does.
Oh, what does a ring usually mean?
Well, what does a ring typically mean?
That they are married. So they wouldn't be Miss, they'd be Mrs. So I'm guessing that's you, which means you are the younger one, Miss Jane Bird. That's my only clue. The ring. Okay, but I don't know the location. Maybe there's something in the scene where I can figure out where they're going. Maybe not this scene. No, it'd be too easy. It's got to be another piece of dialogue or something. Let's see. Because I see nothing on the boat. Maybe I gotta follow the surgeon, see what he's up to. So I'm gonna bookmark the surgeon and work backwards.
Before you do, can you make a guess as to which woman shot the guy now?
Oh yeah, it was this woman right here. So you were shot by the non-miss passenger. Yep,
Oh,
that was it. It was just the ring on the finger.
Yep, there you go. Yep, that is the only thing that you could use to tell the difference between the two of them.
Cool.
Yeah, as soon as I saw
Alright.
that one of them was Miss, I was like, okay, well, obviously one of them, there has to be some indication that one of them is married and one of them isn't. So I immediately looked for a ring on their finger. It's like, oh, yep, there it is.
So I was right about the second mate. I think the fourth mate was the one I haven't figured out. Let me check all the crew now.
unfortunately, we still don't know where they went. We know the names of all the people who survived, we just don't know where.
That is the next mystery. And I feel like following the surgeon, because he was on the boat, might prove... Because I'm not going to follow the passengers. Those two passengers are not going to tell me anything. So one of the other two people has to have a clue about where they went. Because they're the ones that end up on the boat. That's
Well, you
my
could also
logic.
try looking elsewhere in the book. Maybe there's something else that was given in the information. I mean, think about the different things you have in the book. You got the sketch, you got the trip they made.
You have the map,
Exactly.
but the map doesn't really tell me much. It just says, hey,
This is where they were at this particular time.
I still can't narrow it.
Take a look at the map. No, I mean, not that map. The overall map.
Oh. The journey, I think.
See each of those icon stars?
Yeah.
So, they were in the escape, correct?
Yes.
So, which star is the escape?
here between 3 places.
So
Canary
you got
Islands.
the Canary Islands, you have Africa, you have the Azores, you have Portugal and Spain.
Yeah.
Those seem the most likely.
We also got Madeira.
Yeah.
Oh, true, Madeira.
Well, that helps, but doesn't point me into where they were going.
Does just narrow it down.
No.
Somewhat. It's not the Canary Islands. I already, it didn't confirm. So
Well, that
it's
leaves like 4 other possibilities, since they probably would have just taken the boat to someplace nearby instead of going all the way south to Cape Verde or all the way around Africa to the East Indies.
yeah. All right.
We're gonna complete the journey in a lifeboat.
So that's still my strategy though. I need to follow the surgeon, see what he was up to. Excuse me. Stupid allergies. Okay. Alright, so gotta remember the surgeon's steps.
I just love spring.
Yeah. Okay, so his presence on the ship is too late because he's already escaping. So this is not going to tell me much because this is where the spider people attacked and stuff went down for sure.
They're actually spider crabs. Giant spider crabs, which are a real animal. I don't think they're that big, but they are a real creature.
Yeah.
No, they're not that big, but they are real, yeah.
And
Just like how there are giant squids, but not that giant.
I mean,
let's see. Maybe there's something in the dialogue if I just go through the dialogue. Maybe not the surgeon, but maybe in the Doom. Squid, your mate was to report.
unfortunately, the surgeon wasn't
Just remember to use
involved in that
everything you have at your
conversation.
disposal.
I am. I'm going through the dialogue. I already checked the map. And then now I'm trying to think about the surgeon's path, but now I'm just reminding myself. He was part of the scene here, but revisiting these scenes is not going to tell me much because there's a lot of chaos going on. Lots of chaos.
Well, maybe we should look at something you haven't looked at in a while. Like what's in the book that we still have we might want to review because we've looked at all of this stuff a lot.
You mean besides the chapters? What's the back cover? Nothing.
Back cover is just this page.
Where'd the book come from again?
There's nothing here that I haven't looked at a lot. It's just
We looked at the beginning of the book.
Yeah, where did the book come from again?
Henry Evans. Oh,
Who's
wait.
that?
He's a surgeon, I believe. Yeah. The next 3 pages will seem bewildering at first, all makes in due time. So, he's clearly alive, because he sent me on this quest, to the French Office of Affairs in Morocco. Wow, really? It was there the whole freaking time.
Yeah,
It's one of the first
where nobody ever looks again.
things you read.
I mean, we know he's alive. So, there we go. Oh my fucking goodness. Alive in...
You know where Morocco is, right?
No.
It's on
Africa.
the northwest coast of Africa.
Yeah, I was gonna say Africa somewhere. There we go. That's still a long way from where they were shipwrecked.
Not as long.
Nine more to go. But I might as well fill out that last fate.
Yeah, we're getting there.
I would never have found that. I'm going to tell you right now, I would never have looked at the beginning of the book.
Yeah, I didn't find it. These few I basically brute forced. I did
Yeah,
I
I
did the
don't
method
even
I
remember.
said
I
with
don't
the
remember.
map. I looked at the map and went, okay, they could be in the Canary Islands or Madeira or the Azores. And then I forgot about Africa.
Yeah. Well, at least I don't have to tell you, like, what country in Africa it's just. You could have
I don't
brute
even
forced that.
remember what I like. How I figured it out.
You mean beyond
I
just looking at
think
the beginning?
I think what I did was just like I just started looking through like literally every single page in the book over again. I was like, okay, there has to be like a hint somewhere in this book of where they are
Uh-huh.
because I can't find anything. And then I reread the preface. I was like, oh, there it
Oh.
is.
So you got to the same conclusion, but you took a different approach to it.
I came to the conclusion that the game probably expects you to use is that you reread the preface and you realize that the person who sent you the book is someone who was on the ship.
So that leads me to Chinese topmen. So I got to figure out one over the other. So
An easy way you can figure out who you have left, just click on a random person, click on unknown, and now you can just... Okay, that's who you have left to choose from. If you scroll up and down, those are the options you have.
And this.
oh wait, so I have two confirmed topmen
So you have.
No,
that are
you
Chinese.
scroll up, you're on the second
No,
page.
scroll up.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so basically you have the 4 Chinese topmen,
Two
the
Russian
2
seam-
Russians, 2 English seamen, and the guy from Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
You have 5 seamen and 4 topmen left.
I know he's Russian. Just don't know who. Maybe I could follow him. Alright, so. Was he part of this? Did he disappear? 4. No, he died, I think.
Yeah, because you just
He drowned. I think that.
labeled him in one of the disappearances.
Yeah.
Right.
So I know he drowned. So I'm not going to bother looking here. Even I don't know who said this top part here. And then we have this one. Okay, so 2 of his memories on the boat. And then he was on this scene here. Although, yeah. Well, I know he's a seaman. I know he's a seaman. I say he's Russian. He's got to figure out which is which. I think I'm at this point now where it's a lot of these is just deductions. Like, I deduced the woman was married based on the ring. That was it. So I have to deduce which Russian's the right Russian without brute forcing it, because I could easily do that right now, because I have the other, I have one alive that's confirmed. But again, I believe in you. There's every way to deduce every single person. Here we go. Not you.
Slack the lifts and lower the boat.
think that's him. Yep. He's helping one of the Formassins, or both of them. No. One of the Chinese topmen. Get on the ship.
Yeah, this was just before they all shoved off.
Oh yeah, this is chapter 3, right? Yeah. So yeah, before they head off. So it doesn't really tell me much. It's just loading the boat. Alright, well, just gotta check another memory.
Where's the other Russian? Because they were both part of this whole group that abandoned ship.
No, the other Russian wasn't.
I gotta figure out who the other Russian is. I think it might be the gunner.
The other Russian wasn't? I could have sworn the other Russian was.
No, he wasn't.
Is this the other Russian?
No, he's not a Russian.
Um, he is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is, because it's... Or he might be an Englishman. You're right, I have 2 Englishmen seamen. I have 2 Russian seamen. The guy from that country I can't remember, and then the 4 Chinese topmen. So what was this guy doing? Mustache. Not you. Oh! No, that's second mate. You are... Yeah, he's not part of the boat here. But he's part of the scene.
He's on the other side.
Other side?
He's on the other boat.
Oh, there's 2 boats. Haha. There he is. He's got a bag. Yeah, you're right. There were 2 boats out there. Did he have a weapon on him? I think he had like a knife in his hand, or in his mouth. And then this is their very first memory, where they were all sitting together.
It's the hammock memory. The memory we always have to go back to.
Yep. It's a good memory. So you're all at the table. So that's who I'm currently bookmarking. And then I already figured you out. Yeah, he is Russian. So these are both
he
Russians.
is. I didn't think he was.
Ah! I saw him with the exact same bag. You. You are 47. Boom. Is it really that easy?
Yep.
Oh my
There we go.
goodness!
Wow.
Just like that. And there goes the Russians, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And the last
Yep.
one's
Figuring out one of the Russians has a pipe in his. Figuring out one of the Russians has a pipe is the key there.
and the bag.
Yeah, the bag and the pipe.
Okay, so now you have what's left. The 4 Chinese, the 2 Englishmen, and the guy from Sierra Leone.
Correct.
Well, while you're here, maybe you can try... I imagine the 4 Chinese men are probably sleeping in their hammocks, so if you can find their hammocks, maybe you can look at them and see if there's any way you can identify which one is which. Just need to figure out which are their hammocks.
These are their hammocks, I believe. 38 through 41. These are, yep, Chinese hammocks.
Okay, so take a look at what you can see, and is there anything about what is visible that will help you identify them?
Yeah, like another tattoo.
Hey, that was really good. This guy may have a burned leg. I don't know.
It should be noted they never change clothes throughout the entire game.
Thank goodness, or I'd go nuts.
Yeah, they always wear the same stuff.
Yeah, there's no visible anything on them. That's not a silhouette of something, is it? It's just part of the hammock.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just part of the hammock.
Yeah, there's no... I know there's a hammock scene later on, but that just confirms two of the Chinese, the numbers of the two Chinese that are alive.
So basically all you can really see is their legs.
Yep. Well, let me take a look. We have this guy and we have this guy. We can't see the legs of this guy.
Is there any memory you can go to where you can see their legs?
I'm sure we can. So not that one. Definitely Unholy Captives Part 2.
Maybe just memorize what they're if you're gonna try and identify them by their legs, see what you can identify and maybe just like write down which leg belongs to which number.
Time for the good old pen and paper. Oh boy.
Yay!
Shut up.
Yay!
Alright, 39 over here. Looks like he has... bandage? No, just, I don't know. We'll just say camo legs. But I'm just wondering how much of this is due to lighting. 40. Looks like just white pants. Black shoe. 41. We literally can't tell. 38. Oh, I see. I swear, if it's really that, it's 59. No, I think 59 I've already identified.
You haven't identified 59.
No, I haven't.
You haven't. That's a seaman you haven't identified.
No. Apparently, he's got one regular leg and one black leg. It's gonna call
Oh,
it
the black leg's probably just like in shadow.
See, that's what I
So-
mean. That's not gonna help me much.
But the regular leg does have an interesting shoe style.
I guess it's 3 dots. Just like with him, his shoe style. Alright, so let's go to that memory then. If I can just get these 3. Maybe 40 is a little bit too... vague. Because it seems pretty standard for Last Seaman.
Well, if there's a scene where you have all the seamen, you'll be able to check that too.
You are not him. I'm looking for... this guy.
Watch your foot.
Bald guy. Nope. But I think I'm still missing you. No, I'm not.
Take it slow.
You're up here. You gotta be up here.
What's it, gentlemen? It's a pretty shell here. Let's have a look. Move. Get back.
Not you. That's you. No, that's not you.
It is one of the people you need to figure out, though.
It's true. I'm just trying to find my guy, though. Where is my guy? I think that's you. Yep.
I think he's right there. I think he's carrying that.
No, that's not my guy. That is not my guy.
Which guy are you looking for?
The one I have bookmarked. This up here.
Oh, that guy. Where is that guy?
I don't think you're still on
Is he over there helping the surgeon? Is that him over there? Or
That's Beanie Guy.
oh, that's Brennan. Nope. Is
There,
he?
he's right there.
There he is.
The thing about their feet... Camo legs. I think that was one of my requirements. That's what I'm wondering if, like, if they have their pants on, or... I probably need to go to another memory.
I think there are two memories right next to each other that would be good to go to because you'd be able to get a lot of semen and Topman in them.
So here is... Well, yeah, it'd be this scene right here.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Lightning Strike. Although I can't really see who got the Lightning Strike.
You might be able to figure out the others.
Just the lightning strike guy.
Is this the right... Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah, that's
that's
him.
him.
So he's got the white legs. You're not my guy. That's not my guy either.
Instead of focusing on your guy, how about finding the four guys you're looking for and seeing if you can identify by how their legs look?
Not that guy.
But isn't that one of the four guys you're looking for?
Oh, he's got the weird... I think he's got the weird one. The weird, camo legs. That's my guy. Let's see if I'm right. I said camo guy was 39.
Right?
Nope,
Now
not
look
you.
at the other three Chinese. See if you can look at their feet and make some sort of judgment based on that.
I really can't. He's got a fully black shoe, I think.
The other one is in the rigging to the left. No, literally just turn around.
That's
There.
not him.
That's not him.
No,
Oh, it's not? I thought it was.
that's the Russian.
My mistake.
Okay, so I'm done bookmarking him. I mean, he's literally splaying his legs for all to see. I'm missing one with the black leg and 2 dots, so...
That one wasn't one of the Chinese, was it? That one was number 59,
That was number 59.
who was a seaman.
Oh, right, not Topman. You're right, I wouldn't find him here. I'd find him on the
Yeah.
bottom. So he might be it, so I'm going to bookmark him. believe.
I believe you can see a bunch of seamen in the next one.
Yeah. The Doom Part 2, I believe. Right here. Not the Doom Part 2.
What is it?
Who are you? Someone I gotta find. You have like the weird thing around your neck. Beanie guy. No. This is my guy. Who dies here? Nick. Here's another topman.
That's the topman who got electrocuted.
Yeah, so we can't see much of him really. He's just been fried. And no, we're not gonna go with the black because the black legs was 59, who's a seaman.
It was the boot that had an interesting style to it.
59 and 57. Oh, that's him. Have I identified you? Yes, I have. So I'm missing the other seaman.
The other English seaman and the one from Sierra Leone.
Well, these two are seaman. Him and him, because I didn't see him on the top. So one's English, the other is not. Okay. So if I go Unholy Captain's part, I think I've seen him on the top deck.
Well, they're both seamen, so figuring out which one's a topman isn't going to help you.
Yeah, but one of them's English.
What does that matter?
By nationality, I guess it really doesn't mean anything.
It's more the one that from Sierra Leone, I think. That's the
Well,
one I'd
that's
look at
not
and
going to
go,
help.
"Oh,
That's not going to help
What, the hammock number?
either because they're both black.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was referring to their nationality. The two remaining seamen are both black, so figuring out their nationality is not going to help you.
Okay. So he was first seen on this ship.
when everyone was just putting stuff up."
Yeah, it doesn't really help me much. Then he was probably sleeping here.
They
So,
both were.
the numbers, let me look at those numbers then. 55 and 57. I'm going to go back to that wonderful scene, see what I find. Down here. Here's 57.
Is that 55 right next to it?
55. Those are two? Well, not gonna tell me much. He's got a black leg. Anything else about him? 58 was Patrick O'Hagan. Yeah, no clues here. They're well covered. Anything up here? No. Down here? They're just above the cannons. Alright, I'm just going to keep tailing him, see what I find. The next memory. So we go all the way to chapter 5 for this one. He's going to be on the top deck here. And then...
And it's when he dies.
Ooh.
Did the other one live longer?
Maybe. I gotta go after him. So this one. 11 memories. So again, not really tell me much. They're just moving cargo. He's sleeping here, which you can't tell. What was he? Well,
He was there,
yeah.
but he survived. So what comes after? Now keep looking through the book first. See what other memories he was in.
Damn. The very next one. And then part 4. When this whole murder happened. So I can go to the murder scene, or I can go to... I think this scene is still on top of the deck. So close to the end.
Just a little bit more.
You're up here.
What's your foot in? Hey there, what's this?
Where are you? Oh, you have to be the one that didn't die.
Solid meal, boys. No, take it slow. What's it, gentlemen? There's a pretty shell here. Let's have a look. No, get back.
Yep, you're just dead. So I gotta go to the murder scene and see what he's doing then. I think he was helping moving that down the stairs when that was going on. So I ran out of leads with the visual cue, but maybe I can keep going. So if I go to part 4 was, yep, cargo hold. On the wrong side of the ship. I'm on the wrong deck. I think you're all the way over here. Yep.
Keep pressure here. What madness is this?
Yep, you're here.
20 years my steward. I've never a doubt on your sanity. Explain yourself. Those are godly beasts.
So he's helping these other seamen carry this cursed chest down.
We're back.
Your doom was all.
There's another part with the shoe right there. Pretty interesting that he's the only one with that pattern on the shoe. My god, that's such a small detail. Alright, so... where'd you pop up? After that, you're on the bottom. I think I've already seen this scene. What were you doing? I think it was just like reacting to everybody on board. And then here... yeah, I haven't seen this one in a while, I think. That's the spider one, right?
Yeah.
Been in worse spots, I think.
walk to the other side of the ship and see what you were doing then. Oh, you're right here. You're wearing black shoes, white pants. Not gonna help me much because I can't see your hammock. I just wish I knew what that thing was around his neck. That said, I think the next parts he shows up is boarding the boat. Well, he's got more scenes here in the Doom before the escape chapter. I figured out one black man, the other black man is his process of elimination. Because I know they're both Seaman. Right here.
Let me on. Over my dead
Okay, so you were on this boat. You're on this boat with the purser. Why are you wearing the same necktie as the purser?
killed my brother. What? That was an accident. No problem.
I'm curious. Purser. He's from Scotland. That doesn't really tell me much. But why are you wearing that same thing?
Might just be, I don't know. I don't even know what it is, if I'm going to be honest. The thing on the purser is an ascot. I'm not sure what the...
Mysterious man is wearing.
I'm not sure what that guy's wearing.
Ascot. So he's Freddy?
Yes. This is Freddy's secret origin story.
Alright, what if you're the Englishman? You are.
Okay, well...
Maybe not the wrong... Alright, tell me.
That's not how you're supposed to figure that out.
I don't care. I don't care right now.
You're supposed to the hammocks in the Doom Part 2 tell you which one's still alive at that point.
Oh, there was more hammocks?
Yeah, remember there's 2 hammock scenes.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. Well, I brute forced that one. I'll take no shame on that in stream.
And the hammocks in the Doom Part 2, since one of the black men is dead, you can use the hammocks in the Doom Part 2 to tell you which one's still alive.
Okay, well, that's fair. I'm just like, I don't think a guy from, a lesser country would have that on his personage, so... I just compared him to the purser. Maybe I'm being racist, I don't know.
That said, you only have 4 left.
Yeah.
So, since normally it is 3, but for these last 4, you just need to get 2 right.
Yep.
And
You're
it'll
only
tell
gonna
you
require
they're right.
2.
So, the other top man I was missing... Okay, so he was confirmed. And
Well, that's a Seaman.
yeah, that was the guy with the shoe, the weird shoe.
And yeah,
And I confirmed him because
the way you're supposed to figure out those guys is by looking at their shoes.
Well, for him it was the legs, because his legs were weird.
Well, legs, shoes. The idea is that the only way to identify those people is to look at the hammocks and see what footwear they have on.
So I have the one guy in the... No, I already got firing squad. He's Russian. I have this guy. 7 memories.
Although George Shirley can also be identified by the fact that he sleeps with the Chinese topman, and in the Doom Part 2, he is having a drink with one of the Chinese topmen outside of their hammocks, because the two that are left alive are still there. One of the Chinese topmen and him, and the Chinese topman's hammock is up above him, so you can use that to confirm that he is the other person that is sleeping with the Chinese topman.
Oh, you're right. And since I did figure out a top man, I want to see if that was the one that's alive or not. So I think you said Dune Part 2?
Yeah, the Doom Part 2 is the other hammock scene.
Okay. Then it should be maybe easier because I already made that deduction that 2 were dead, 2 are alive with the Chinese top man this time. And I've already confirmed one of the other one. It's just process of elimination for the other one. So the Doom Part Dos is that scene.
Him.
Yep. Yep. Everyone's favorite scene.
Time for this shit.
Ha. Alright, let me check.
Funny joke.
Gotta see the numbers. 38 through 40. Yeah, 38 through 41, I think it was, yeah.
39 is solved. Not that group.
Next one over. Nope.
Nope.
This too. Nope.
56, although you can see 50, what is it, 57 is still there?
Yeah, that
Which
was
is-
the English topman.
Yep. Well, no, that's the English Seaman.
Oh, Seaman, yeah. He also has this weird tag over here I can't read.
So yeah, that tells you which ones. I don't
I
know if
imagine
that's on
that
all
tag
hammocks or
probably
not.
says something like, do not remove under penalty of law.
Wow. They take their arrest
yeah.
quite seriously.
Looking at which hammock is still up in the scene is how you tell which one is still alive at this point.
48 and
Not that
49.
one.
There we go.
It's the same. It's the
No.
same
No.
way. It's the same way that you figure out. Nope. It's the same way you figure out the Peters brothers. Is that you look at the hammocks and see which one's still up at this point.
I think you helped me with that one, yeah?
Yeah. You just walk past
I
it.
think it's to the left.
Yeah, it's the one you just walk
Not there.
past.
41. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, so it is.
41
So
is up,
41's alive.
not this one. I know there was a second hammock. That was a Chinese
Yeah, it's
topman.
right there.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, look
Oh.
who's sitting with the guy.
Who are you? You're sharing a drink with him.
Yeah, but you've identified him.
Yeah, you've identified the other guy.
George
Oh,
Shirley.
that's the seaman. That's not the Chinese person.
No.
Yeah.
It's just this guy, but I know there's another hammock. I know there's 2 Chinese people alive.
No, there's only one left. At this point, there's only one left alive.
Oh,
I
really?
swore I've sworn a hammock scene somewhere else. Like, this technically isn't up, right? It's just
No.
taken down.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be up because that's that guy's hammock. It's George Shirley's hammock. Because remember,
Oh.
in the Chinese topman scene in the Bitter Cold Part 1, the first hammock scene, there's 5 hammocks in one area. 4 of them are the Chinese topmen, and then the 5th one is number 59, a random seaman, George Shirley. This scene right here is a way you can figure out that George Shirley is the guy who sleeps with the Chinese topmen, because the people always sleep with the same people.
Okay.
It's another thing you can pick up on by examining 2 hammock scenes, that people don't, even though the hammocks go up and down, people will always sleep with the same people.
Unfortunately, I can't have 44 on here.
That wasn't 44. That was 41.
Yeah, that was 41.
Oh, I'm blind.
Yes, you are.
There we go. I don't know why I thought there was 2 more. There was 2 Chinese people alive at the scene. The final 2, I think.
Nope, you got 2 more. The last 2 Chinamen.
So the one that died on the lightning.
It is possible to identify the one who died on the lightning by his footwear.
So not the
And
hammock.
yeah. That's also why in the first hammock scene, it's impossible pull the C41's feet because you don't need to see his feet. He's sitting right under his hammock.
I see.
Now go over to the hammock scene and find the two that are left and identify their footwear.
Oh, hi, Sissel. What you doing, buddy?
Okay. Alright. Hammock scene. Yeah, the one I haven't identified. Not that one. Yeah, this is it.
Which two are you identifying?
It's a good question. Go to the crew. Right? Yeah. 38 and 40.
Alright, so we gotta look at those.
I see 59 sleeping with every one of them. And then, okay.
So,
That's a difficult one, I'm not gonna lie, Stratty.
alright, so 38 and 40. 40 has
Black shoes.
black shoe covering the foot, white socks, or bare
Yeah.
legs, can't tell. 38
Has a
shoes
short.
that expose the top of the foot.
Yeah, that's a
It
difference.
looks like he's wearing slippers.
Yeah.
Well, there's only one place you're likely to see them both,
Before the electrocution scene. Yeah.
or at the electrocution scene, or before it, either one.
Yeah, it's a
There's
little
a-
bit cluttered.
There is a scene that has both of them in it, and it's would be very easy to check their feet.
I know. The murder scene on the top of the ship. The gunfire. Firing squad. Firing squad.
True.
Mm-hmm. Because they are so kind as to just display their feet right there for you to see.
There you go. Okay. You're 38. Because you can't see his feet when he's electrocuted.
You kinda can.
I disagree with that. Cool. All currently solvable fates solved. Cool, and it just took me 11 hours to do all this. So, overall, with all the fates, alright, let's see. Nothing to do in the Obra Dinn. Means get off my ship. Right.
Indeed. Although you could still look through the book and just get another reminder of exactly what the story was, if you want to try and figure that out.
Well, why don't we get off the ship and then we'll unlock chapter 8 and then we'll like go through the whole story.
Okay.
Yeah, but so overall, I think I did fairly well with the deductions. There were some of them where, yeah, I didn't really think about looking at the feet. And I brute forced 2 people, I believe. Yeah.
Just stand still.
And just stand still. The game's like giving you time to be like, are you sure you want to leave?
Finally.
And there you go.
Sit down so you don't fall out.
If I kept moving, I would have done that.
Yeah,
if you kept moving it, it would have stopped doing that.
The game registers is because I mean, this technically you can get on this boat and leave at any time, so the game's giving you like a chance to be like, are you sure you want to leave right now?
I gotcha. Alright, what will come next?
1 week later.
1 week!
Yep.
Uh-oh. The
The
Honorable...
Honorable East India Company Insurance Assessment for the good ship Obra Dinn, victim of calamitous events at sea, prepared by the Company Office of Investigation.
Calamitous events, putting it mildly.
Yes.
The ship, damaged and small in the Atlantic, sunk in the storm, Falmouth. Payout claimed £20,000. Cargo, all cargo lost. Payout claimed £5,000. Cargo for the
Cargo for the-
Crown, all cargo
Yeah.
was lost. Payout claimed for restitution, £3,000.
Yikes. The Crown doesn't play around.
And now for the insurance claims for each individual person.
Wow.
Captain Robert Whittrell, fate, suicide by gun. Criminal findings, 4 murders of crewmate. His
Yikes.
estate was forfeited to the Crown. William Huskett, the first mate. He was shot with a gun by R. Whittrell. Criminal findings of an attempted mutiny. His estate has been fined £25.
That's not much. Maybe in those
Edward-
days.
Edward Nichols, as the second mate, was shot by a gun by C-10. Criminal findings, 2 murders of crewmate and attempted mutiny and theft of cargo. His estate was fined £100.
Your estate being just all your property, I guess, your home.
Your
Your
property,
family?
your home, the people who manage it, which could be your family.
Yikes.
Also, Edward Nichols is like the cause of everything.
Yeah.
Martin
yeah,
Perot,
so-
third mate, fate unknown. Findings of merit, extraordinary valor, exceptional performance of duties. Estate awarded outstanding wages and reward of £90.
Awarded.
John Davies, the fourth mate. His fate was clubbed by H. Brennan. Criminal findings, murder of 1 crewmate. Estate fined £15. Alfred Klestel, the boatswain. His fate was torn apart by a beast. Findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties. Estate awarded outstanding wages and reward of £70.
Geez, we're just judging everybody. At least my character is. Absolutely.
You are the insurance guy. Have you forgotten? That is the entire reason you did this, to find out what happened, to satisfy insurance.
No, I actually forgot about that. I thought I was just here for the sake of curiosity. And
Nope.
sent by the surgeon.
You're an insurance agent.
Okay, were we going to say Serenity?
I believe this can actually change slightly depending on what you put in for causes of death. Because like I said, the game will accept multiple answers in some cases. So I think for some people, you can not change it much, but slightly like what their reward or penalty is.
I see.
Charles Minor, the boatswain's mate. His fate torn apart by a beast. Criminal findings, 1 murder of crewmate. Estate unknown. £15 claimed in expenses. Surgeon Henry Evans. Fate alive in Africa. Findings of demerit, abandonment of crew and vessel. Estate awarded outstanding wages of £50.
I can't really blame
What?
them at that point.
Why would it be rewarded if he is accused of abandonment?
They just gave him the outstanding wages. Nothing else.
Oh, so like
James-
he was owed for that for going on the trip.
James Wallace, the surgeon's mate. Fate decapitated by a beast. Findings of merit, extraordinary valor. Estate awarded outstanding wages and reward of £50. Winston Smith, carpenter. Fate speared by a beast. Findings of merit, extraordinary valor. Estate awarded outstanding wages and reward £60. Marcus Gibbs, carpenter's mate. Fate, he was spiked. Estate unknown. Outstanding wages donated to pension fund of £30.
Pensions, okay.
Thomas Sefton, the cook. Fate, struck with a tail. State awarded outstanding wages of £40. Emil O'Farrell, the butcher. Fate, spiked. Findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties. Estate awarded outstanding wages and reward of £40. Christian Wolfe, the gunner. Fate, shot with a cannon by a beast. Findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties. Estate awarded outstanding wages and reward of £70. Olis Wiater, gunner's mate. Fate, shot with a gun by J. Davies. Criminal findings, murder of crewmate. Attempted mutiny. Estate fined £50.
I wonder why some are just going to be awarded or not. Some are just wages. Like, we gathered all that from all these memories. This person, this woman is crazy good at her job.
Duncan McKay, the purser. Fate, drowned by a beast. Findings of demerit, abandonment of crew and vessel. Estate awarded outstanding wages of £50. Finley Dalton, the helmsman. Fate, drowned by a beast. Estate awarded outstanding wages of £30. Edward Spratt, the artist. Fate, crushed by a beast. Estate awarded outstanding wages of £50.
Mr. Shitter. Totally unremarkable.
Abigail Hoscut Whittrell, passenger. Fate, crushed by rigging. No claim made. Nunzio Pasqua, passenger. Fate, knifed by E. Nichols. No claim made. Emily Jackson, passenger. Fate, alive in Africa. Criminal findings, murder of crewmate. Findings of demerit, abandonment of crew and vessel. Estate fined £35.
Murder is murder. There you go.
I think the thing I always found most interesting was that the person who actually shot the guy in the execution,
Yeah.
he ends up with a criminal finding of murder.
Yeah, he was ordered by the captain, the crew. It's like, come on, man. He's doing his job.
Also, the other 3 who are part of the firing squad don't get fined at all.
Well, because they all missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, in an actual firing squad, like, we only could tell that they missed because we can stop time.
Yep, otherwise...
In an actual firing squad, you'd have no idea who hit the victim.
Yeah.
Miss Jane Bird, passenger. Fate, alive in Africa. Findings of demerit, abandonment of crew and vessel. Estate fined £10. Bunlan Lim, passenger. Fate, clawed. No claim made. It Bang Sia, passenger. Fate, burned. Criminal findings, murder of crewmate 1. Estate unknown. Expense claimed £25.
Why would you be fined by abandoning the crew and vessel? Like, things went wrong on that ship. And you're still gonna find
They
them?
don't
I
care.
don't know.
This is because this is literally
Also-
not looking at any of that information. The words you're putting down on this are the bare minimum of what they are being accused of.
I mean,
Even if you're not looking at the fact that everything was going
it's
tits
abandoning
up.
ship. Like,
Exactly. Bare words on the paper, they abandon ship. Regardless of reason, they abandon ship. And that is why they're being fined. Because fuck all the other reasons, you are a goddamn insurance claimant. All you
Alright.
care about is
it's the same
things
reason
that
for
relate
why
to
Henry-
insurance claims.
It's also the reason why Henry Bennon is gonna, get fined for killing Huck Sang Lao, because I mean, even though he's the firing squad, it's technically still murder. And also why Emily Jackson was fined for killing the Russian guy who was trying to stop them from escaping, was because, I mean, even though he was attacking her and she shot him in self-defense, she still gets fined for murder because it's murder.
Yeah. Alright.
Theo Tan, fate spiked. Criminal findings, murder of 1 crewmate. Estate unknown. Expense claimed £25. Hawk Sang Lao, fate, shot with a gun by H. Brennan. No claim made. Sungit Sathi, ship steward. Fate, shot with a gun by C. Mike. Estate awarded outstanding wages of £35.
Some were just so unremarkable that there's just no claim. It's just, they died. Oops. And they're a passenger, so there's no outstanding wages, owed to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's part of why no claim is made, is because they're just a passenger. They weren't a part of the crew.
Yeah.
Philip Dahl, Captain Steward. Fate unknown. Criminal findings, 1 murder of crewmate. Findings of demerit, failure to perform duties. Estate fined £35. Paul Moss, First Mate Steward. Fate, killed with a sword by L. Volkov. Findings of demerit, exceptional performance of duties. Estate awarded outstanding wages and reward of £45. Samuel Galligan, Second Mate Steward. Fate, knifed by Itbang Sia. Criminal findings, attempted mutiny, theft of cargo. Estate fined £50. Roderick Anderson, Third Mate Steward. Fate, crushed with a cannon. Estate awarded outstanding wages of £10. Jeez, you're a steward and you only get £10?
That's
My
not a
God.
lot.
Davy James, 4th Mate Steward. Fate, alive in Africa. Findings of demerit, abandonment of crew and vessel. No claim made. Peter Milroy, Midshipman. Fate, exploded. I'm sorry. Just fate exploded.
Kaboom!
Findings of the
Just,
merit,
just your
extraordinary valor. Estate awarded
average
outstanding
everyday
wages
fate.
and reward of 40 pounds.
Yeah, for the fourth mate steward, they should have got a wage, but since they abandoned, I guess the insurance was like, yeah, nothing happens.
Cancels it out. Thomas Lank, midshipman. Fate knifed by O. Weater. Estate awarded outstanding wages of 30 pounds. Charles Hership, midshipman. Fate burned. Findings of merit, extraordinary valor, exceptional performance of duties. Estate awarded outstanding wages and reward of 50 pounds. Omid Gul, topman. Fate drowned by a beast. Findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties. The state awarded outstanding wages and reward of 35 pounds.
It seems like the majority of these people are just doing their damn job, but out of like the 60, there's probably like, seems to me like 10 or so rotten people on board. Really messed up everything.
yeah.
Timothy Butement, topman. Fate shot with a gun by E. Nichols. Findings of merit, extraordinary valor. The state awarded outstanding wages and reward of 35 pounds.
Findings of merit, having a tattoo so he's easily identifiable.
Yeah.
Wang Li, topman. Fate electrocuted. Findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties. The state awarded outstanding wages and reward of 35 pounds. Ji Zhang, topman. Fate decapitated by a beast. Findings of merit, extraordinary valor. The state awarded outstanding wages and reward of 35 pounds. Li Hong, topman. Fate speared by a beast. Criminal findings, attempted mutiny, theft of cargo. The state fined 50 pounds. Wei Li, topman. Fate drowned by a beast. Findings of merit, extraordinary valor, exceptional performance of duties. The state awarded outstanding wages and reward of 45 pounds. Nicholas Botterill, topman. Fate speared by a beast. The state awarded outstanding wages of 25 pounds.
Yep, seems like the top men were pretty outstanding people.
Maba, topman. Fate torn apart by a beast. Findings of merit, extraordinary valor, exceptional performance of duties. Estate unknown. Outstanding wages and reward donated to pension fund. 45 pounds. Lewis Walker, the topman. Fate clubbed by R. Witterell. Criminal findings, attempted mutiny. Estate fined 25 pounds. Leonid Volkov, topman. Fate shot with a gun by E. Jackson. Criminal findings, 1 murder of crewmate. Estate unknown. Expense claimed 15 pounds.
Oh, except for those two.
Alarcus Nikishin, seaman. Fate drowned by a beast. Criminal findings, attempted mutiny and theft of cargo. Estate unknown. Expense claimed 50 pounds. Alexei Toporov, seaman. Fate drowned by a beast. Criminal findings, attempted mutiny, theft of cargo. Estate unknown. Expense claimed 50 pounds. Nathan Peters, seaman. Fate drowned by a beast. Criminal findings, murder of 1 crewmate. Findings of demerit, abandonment of crew and vessel. State fine 25 pounds.
I think these were the 3 that are on that boat, right? In the new-
No. Nathan Peters was one of the ones on the boat, but Alexei Toporov and Alarcus Nigishin were 2 of the people who were in the boats in the Calling. They got drowned by mermaids.
Oh, yeah. And by theft, it's that chest, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they stole the chest from the ship and tried to escape.
And then it was, yeah, it came back.
Yeah, they came back because they got
Lars,
attacked.
Yeah.
Lars Lind, seaman. Fate clubbed by N. Peters. The state awarded outstanding wages of 15 pounds. John Naples, seaman. Fate killed with a sword by F. Dahl. Findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties. State awarded outstanding wages and reward of 25 pounds. Renfred Rajub, seaman. Fate, illness. Estate unknown. Outstanding wages donated to pension fund, 15 pounds. Abraham Akbar, seaman. Fate crushed by a beast. Findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties. Estate awarded outstanding wages and reward of £25. William Wasim, seaman. Fate, crushed by cargo. Findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties. Estate awarded outstanding wages and reward £25. Solomon Said, seaman. Fate, illness. Estate awarded outstanding wages of £15. Hamado Dion, seaman. Fate, spiked. Findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties. Estate unknown, outstanding wages and reward donated to pension fund, £25. Henry Brennan, fate, knifed by R. Whittrell. Criminal findings, 1 murder of crewmate. Attempted mutiny. State fined, £50.
Beanie Guy!
Alexander Booth, seaman. Fate, drowned by a beast. Findings of demerit, abandonment of crew and vessel. Estate awarded outstanding wages, £5.
Man, Beanie Guy is just showing everybody up with the criminal activity he pulled off. Whew. Even though all he did was kill the Formason at the firing squad.
Actually, no. Now that I think about it, wasn't he also the one who was the last one to do a killing in that train of killings?
Yes.
Wait,
Before-
hold up.
This is Beanie Guy, right?
Henry Brennan gets murder of crewmate 1, which means that he doesn't get fined for killing Hawk Sing
Huh.
Lao in the firing squad.
Yeah, so it was literally the murder in that scene where he killed.
So yeah, he kills the 4th mate, so
Yeah,
he just gets fined for that.
there you go. A lot of money, but go Beanie Guy.
Patrick O'Hagan, seaman. Fate, speared by a beast. Criminal findings, attempted mutiny, theft of cargo. Estate fined £50. George Shirley, seaman. Fate, shot with a cannon by a beast. Findings of merit, extraordinary valor. Estate awarded outstanding wages and reward of £25. Samuel Peters.
Way to go out. Shot
Idiot.
with a cannon by a beast.
Yep.
Fate, crushed by cargo. Estate awarded outstanding wages of £15.
What happened to the other Peters?
The other Peters
He was fine.
was
25.
on that boat that got tipped by the Kraken.
Yeah, 25. And last page.
A preliminary draft of this assessment has been approved by the Royal Trade Guarantor. Total claimed £29,285. On behalf of the Honourable East India Company, I certify all statements as accurate and declare this matter closed in its entirety. HEIC Chief Inspector.
And I don't even know my name. It's just
Of course you do.
AG.
Your name is...
AG.
Pocket watch remains in your possession. Book returns to its original owner, Henry Evans in Morocco, as requested.
As we figured out, was requested.
Yeah. This is where the bad ending happens if you didn't get all the things.
Almost.
This is where it would happen, yes. Right around here.
Okay.
Yeah, we go ahead.
1
1
year
year
later.
later.
Oh, hello. Oh. I'm in
Someone's-
a study.
Someone's knocking at the door.
It follows my headphones. It's so cool.
Can you believe it? A package at this hour. Oh, the thing smells just dreadful.
Uh-oh.
Better you don't open it inside. I'll be turning in now. Tea's in the kitchen if you need more.
Oh, okay.
Chief Inspector, I write to you
Oh.
with the unfortunate news that Dr. Evans has passed away.
Oh no.
He succumbed to his illness shortly after receiving your package. He was very pleased with your correspondence and asked that his gratitude be expressed by returning the book to you, along with the means to complete it. As for the three of us that remains, the Obra Dinn is a distant memory and a dreadful chapter in our lives that we wish to forget. Do not write back. Regards, Jane Bird.
That
Also,
was
she's not Miss Jane Bird anymore, so people assume that she got married, maybe to the fourth mate Stewart, who survived with them.
yeah, nothing like a crisis that bonds the fires of love, I guess.
And also,
So,
yeah, this letter will change depending on how many fates you had solved up to this point.
oh really?
Yeah, since we solved every fate except for the two that we couldn't, it says that we get the means to complete it, along with the book back. If you
And
didn't
also
solve
says that
every
Dr.
single
Evans
fate,
passed away in peace.
oh, yeah, he's Henry will pass away regardless of what happens.
I see.
But if you don't solve enough fates, he'll just say that Dr. Evans was displeased with the fact that you didn't solve enough, and he won't return the book to you at all. Um, if you solve in a good amount but not everything, they'll say that Henry was pleased with what you could find out, but you don't get the means to figure out the rest of the book.
Oh.
But he does pass away peacefully at that point. So the only way to get the only way to unlock Chapter 8 is to literally solve everything else before returning the book.
I see. So that was the POV of Dr. Evans, yeah, in Africa?
No, it wasn't the POV of Dr. Evans.
Because he said receiving the package. And we got a package that we opened up.
We're not Dr.
We're not
Evans.
Dr. Evans right now. This is the letter that we get a year later after the events that we just went through.
Yeah, but what we just saw in the office was someone was opening a package.
Yeah, that's us. We're opening
Yeah.
this package right now that had this letter in it.
Okay. I thought,
And also the book and one other thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have the letter. I have... Should I open up the book first,
Yeah.
I guess?
I mean, you can open up the book first if you want.
Sure. This
This
tale...
tale belongs to you now. Please finish it. Henry Evans.
I possess details within, but I'd like to keep them private for now. Bargain.
And the way to solve it is the remaining package.
I have an idea. Yep. We have to have a piece of a body to go back in time with.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's also why the package
This has got to be the third mate.
stank.
There's 5 parts.
Collect your things. Where's the key? To that door. Gone. Damn. There's no time. We need to go. Right. What are you up to?
Whoa!
Remember he had a pet monkey?
Oh man.
That's the monkey's hand.
What happened to you? We never figured out his fate, did we?
No.
There's 2 fates
But
you never
here we'll
figured out.
find his fate.
Yep. So we've got the fate of the Captain Steward, and also the fate of the third mate.
And the surgeon just kills the monkey. There's the third mate.
Yep.
Oh no. He was... Oh, he was spiked. Looks like it was spiked.
So the hand we have is the monkey's hand.
Or a monkey's paw, if you will.
Dun dun dun. Also, hello, Ralphine1. Welcome to my stream. Great to have you here. So we weren't far from the escape chapter. In the
In
lazarette.
the lazarette. The
Yep.
one room you couldn't enter.
I wonder why that was locked off, but I think that was Henry Evans' doing, wasn't it?
We'll read the. You can read the text again.
Where could clicky things? Where's the key to the door? Gone. Damn. Gone. There's no time. Need to go. Right, in you go. So I wonder if he killed that monkey just because he knew of the pocket watch, and then he wanted to leave a clue behind.
Well, he is the one
That
who
is
sent you the
exactly
pocket
it.
watch.
Yeah.
In fact, if you look at some of the memories that Henry Evans is in, not only can you see his monkey companion, but you can also see the box that has the pocket watch in it.
Oh, okay. Yep, and these are the two. All right, so now you said review the story at this point, yeah?
Well,
I would finish the bargain chapter
Okay.
first.
We gotta figure out what happened to the third mate.
A third shell. Captain didn't toss them all. Leave it. Help me lift this.
Those shells I brought up in the previous investigations. Oh no.
Stop! Why?
Something's flopping around.
Set you free. Give it the shell. Here. Do it. Hoist it out.
Hoist it out.
To the main deck.
Oh.
Throw it over. Lock the door when you leave. Get the tail, boy. In return, the ship. The Obra Dinn.
Mm-hmm.
See it home.
Oh man. So he was already bleeding at this point, I think. No. Looks like they killed it, at least.
it's not dead.
No, they didn't kill it.
Has the shell.
Mm-hmm.
You are the first mate steward. So both stewards are here. You're still dead. Were they holding the mermaids here? There's 3 cages.
And the thing he
Cages.
said, the Obra Dinn, see her home.
See her home.
There was no one aboard the Obra Dinn when you arrived. How do you think it got here? Here's your answer. Well, now you know how he died.
See at home. So the stewards. Oh yeah,
No,
you survived.
Not the stewards.
No,
The
the
stewards
fourth
were
mate steward
dead.
escaped. The first mate steward got killed.
All right, so this is the third mate talking. So he was already hit by this point of starting, and he finally died to his wounds. Interesting. You are spiked by a beast. Yep. Shame. So, what were we going to say about how the ship got back?
Well, think about it. The ship was brought in home mysteriously with no one on board. How could it have gotten there? Here's your answer.
You're talking about the mermaid?
Hmm.
They like pushed a ship?
Yeah.
So they're able to understand human speech. I guess.
I'll kill every last one of you monsters. Withdraw the Kraken, or I will kill you all!
is the captain. Oh man, he had the shell. And I think that's water in there, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, that's the chest.
Yeah. So here's the captain trying to coerce the creatures to call off their big bad kraken.
Yep. Because you remember, the Kraken, for some reason, just
Showed it.
mysteriously just disappeared. Well, it also, yeah, it showed up, but also just suddenly just went away for some reason.
Yeah, because it was attacking the ship. So Chapter 8 had to begin either during the Doom or probably during it. It had to happen during it. Like, everyone else was dying outside, but this was happening down in the lazaret. Otherwise, the ship would have been sunk. It would have been snapped in half by the Kraken. So, we just observed the mermaid's death. Nope, one more before him. Another mermaid. So, the last one was spared.
Call it off, damn you! This is your Kraken! You brought it here! Send it back!
So, he shot one and stabbed another. So, I wonder why the captain left the third one here.
Well, presumably because the Kraken stopped attacking before he could get to them.
I see. So the last one saved itself in the ship. But at least, yeah, they're capable of human speech. We know that now. Or at least understanding human speech. Then we gotta do a Danganronpa style climax reasoning, or closing argument, whatever, to explain the whole events of the Obra Dinn. I'm gonna do my best. Hopefully I get most of the points.
Yeah, we'll look through the entire story part of the Obra Dinn after we finish the bargain.
And now,
Which is last one here.
finally, it's your turn. I gotta figure out the significance of these shells. Why are they important?
What's this?
Oh, we opened the chest.
Quicksilver.
Oh my gosh. So he picked up the shell and looks like something dissolved him, I want to say?
The shell was inside the chest.
Yeah. And when he picked it up, I heard like some unholy burning or devouring of the flesh here, and he died.
Well, what happened
Well,
to
it's
the
the same
last
thing that
guy
happened
who
to
reached
Itbang
into the
Sia.
chest?
Yeah. That was a while ago, though.
Yeah. Well, I gotta get his method of death, his fate, correctly identified.
The same as the other person who opened the chest.
I wonder what he means by Quicksilver.
Quicksilver is what he saw inside the chest. That's what the liquid was.
So, you're burned. Sweet.
All fates correct.
So Quicksilver can burn people. I don't even know what Quicksilver is. Some chemical?
Look
Don't
it up.
close the book. Oh, I mean, you could, but
You can close the book. I mean, it's not
Now-
going to take you out. It's not going to take you out of the memory.
true.
All right.
But now we can actually go through the entire thing as you can try and basically sum up what you think was going on.
Okay, loose cargo. So,
Quicksilver is a liquid metal mercury.
Ah, okay. So it actually will burn flesh off like that and poison you. That's creepy. Ooh. I do not want to imagine what a Quicksilver like that would be like. Okay, anyway. So we start our adventure right off the port. Wherever this part of the UK is. And we're heading
And
south.
technically, the first thing that happens is actually in that sketch right there.
Which sketch?
The top sketch. Technically, that's the first thing that happens because it's the underway sketch.
Yep, so everyone's just getting ready to set sail. Everyone's pretty jolly. Set forth south. I think they're per the route they were going to Africa.
They were going.
They
to
were
the
heading
south.
around the Cape of Africa to the East Indies, China, basically.
Until the Canary
Mhm.
Islands, and then they turned around, and that's it. That's where things ended. So they never even made it to Cape Verde. Wow, okay. A lot of stuff
Yeah,
happened.
they did not make it far.
No. Oh, shoot.
It's fine.
Okay, so anyway. So, right out the gate, we have someone die from falling cargo. I'm not sure there's anything in the falling cargo here that was important. It was just an unfortunate accident.
Yep, caused by.
Caused by the guy that dies in Chapter 9.
Well, not chapter 9, chapter 7, but I was more so leaning towards the fact that why was the cargo unbalanced in the first place?
Yeah, Lars Lind. There we go.
Yeah.
Why the cargo was imbalanced in the first place? Because there was a stowaway on board.
Yep. There was a stowaway in one of the barrels.
And that stowaway just died. So, an unfortunate accident set these things
Yep.
in motion.
And nobody ever found him.
Nope. Then,
I wouldn't say set things in motion because that doesn't really like cause the rest of the events of the story.
well, one plot thread, and that's it.
Let's
Yeah.
let him go through how he sees things, and then afterwards we'll tell him
What I'm
anything
missing.
he may have missed. How about we do that?
Yeah, so stowaway.
Yeah.
So that caused that first incident, and that led to a murder way later on. And then the crew realizes, I guess they were sailing in like the winter months or something. Like, there was an illness that spread through the ship. A couple people did die. Thankfully, not too many, but these two unfortunately met their end on the ship. And then we get to see how they survive. So we get to see a peek into their lives, like how they slaughter live cattle for its meat. Probably dried it, probably stored in barrels just to make sure they can survive the trip too. Because this is a long trip. Probably take you 3 months to get you from the UK down to, I don't know, the Horn of Africa. But then here comes this blasted chest. So we have a murder scene go on. So down below, actually not down below. Let me see where he died. Yeah, in the cargo deck. Yeah, on the
Yeah.
cargo deck. It says on the cargo deck, we have one of the passengers killed by the second mate. So the second mate was really the guy who set things in motion here, the first murder on the ship. But why? Here, let me help you. So, why was he down here? He's probably looking for this chest. And he wanted to kill any witnesses in the middle of the night here. Unfortunately, the body was discovered next morning, and Hawk Sing Lun was accused of it and was shot by a firing squad, Beanie Guy. But he said self-confession. I wonder why. Crown of England. So for an unknown reason, he decided to offer himself up instead of getting the second mate in trouble. So it makes me wonder what the reasoning was. Later on, a lot of witnesses there. Later on, second mate once again commits a murder. Let me see what happened here. Oh, right. This is the whole stealing the chest. So he wanted to steal this mysterious chest, and someone caught him in the act. So before he could report it, and before the captain gets up here, he shot this guy, the top man, and they all set off. Unfortunately, during the Canary Islands, a lot of murders happened because they were attacked by the merfolk. I'm guessing the merfolk were tied with the lore of the chest. We have no chance to see Obra Dinn. 3 days to the Canaries, so I guess they had contacts in the Canaries. It looks like the Formosans were in on this chest theft. I believe everyone here, at least according to the ledger, was in cahoots. They wanted to steal this chest for an unknown reason. All we know about the chest is that it contained a shell and quicksilver. So a lot of stuff happens. They pretty much get
Oh my god.
one by one picked off by.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah. So I'm on chapter 4. So I'm trying to explain the chest theft plot. So looks like it was masterminded by the second mate and the Formasons because they were all on this ship as well. These two ships. So pretty much all of them die except for the second mate, basically. And then the second mate was shot by a passenger. But of course, I'm sure they were aware of the chest theft, and that's why they shot the second mate. It's like, screw you, you stole the chest. We're not forgiving you. Dead. But as they were loading the chest back on the ship, they also loaded one of the mermaids. I think one of the mermaids tried to flop on board. What are these monsters? Where are they from? It tells everything. The shell must be protected. We will all die. Talks about a shell. Very dangerous. Shell? What shell? Maybe the shell is invaluable. Who knows? But this is the Chinese guy telling them. So it looks like this is an Eastern chest. At least a chest from that part of the world. Because all the Formasons, I believe, at this point are dead, correct?
That's the last Formosan there.
Oh.
He's killed in this scene.
So that Formosan never went with the other Formosans. He stayed on board. Because remember, the second mate was the only one who came back from that little theft attempt. So he dies. More people die because of the mermaid. Now, I'm trying to think where the shell was. I think the shell was in the Carpenters area. I think it was there at some point. Later on, we have another murder by the captain's steward. And it looks like the chest and the steward ended up in the lazarette. But apparently the steward knew that the shell is cursed and not a valuable thing. So he says, "You fools," as the last thing before shit starts happening when the mermaid people start attacking them. And the crab beasts. No, I'm sorry. The mermaid didn't attack them. It was the merbeast, right? It was the monsters. It was all the crab beasts that came aboard at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So because they captured 3 of the mermaids, they placed them in the lazarette and the shell, and they probably had some way to communicate with people outside the ship, and so we had more. We had more. A lot of people died in these scenes. So pretty much the whole consequence of keeping the shell and the chest on board. So a lot of fighting. They make for the lazarette. Yep, as we saw in this chapter, where they're holding the merfolk. Okay. Then the doom happens. So when the first wave of monsters fail to reach the lazarette, then they're like, we're going to bring the big boy, the Kraken. And the Kraken starts attacking the ship. And this is where the first plotline is resolved. And apparently he thinks it was a murder, while the other was claiming it was an accident. Then more people die, more people die. Yep, a lot more people die. Which ends up with the captain's wife dying. So no wonder. At this point, yeah, he's below death. Come here. Before she can get down there, she dies by falling rigging. So imagine his disgust when he came back after Kraken and, see her dead like that. So then we all know what happens in a bargain. The steward who murdered. Who did he murder again? Let me go back. He killed John Naples. Why? What did John Naples do? Okay, maybe you can fill in the blank with what John Naples did after that. I include the rest of the story. So he thought he was doing the right thing because he knows the shell is cursed, or at least that's what he claimed, because he still reached inside the chest and picked it up. Dies from mercury poisoning. The captain comes down, pretty much begs and not begs. He coerces the merfolk to stop the rampaging beast. Unfortunately, after the captain leaves, third mate comes in. Obviously, the scared merman shoots at spikes at the third mate. Third shell, not small. So, I'm not sure, but did he was spiked before this moment, right? I didn't hear it in the audio, or maybe I missed it in the audio cues.
It is in the audio.
Where he was spiked. Okay.
I believe it was spiked around between "help me lift this" and "stop, wait."
Oh, right. Yeah, I have to listen to that again, but not now. And so, an entirely pleasant monk companion for sacrifice in pursuit of knowledge. So the surgeon comes down, sees that the merfolk left. And the only one inside was the monkey? Or did he toss the monkey inside and he shot it?
He tossed the monkey in with the monkey's arm attached to a rope and then shot him so he could pull the arm out and send it back.
He did this because he knew about the power of the stopwatch, of the whatever the watch is called. So that way people will know the truth, what happened to Lazaret. So after the Kraken goes away, then we have the aftermath of it. So people are panicked. Excuse me. So honest people die. People are wondering how the beast was dealt with. More people die because we have people trying to escape the ship now. So people that had no stakes in the chest theft end up escaping and killing someone who tries to stop them. Ah, John Davies. No. Let me go back. Because I saw Davies, he killed someone, right? I forget. Anyway. So, string of murders happen. String of murders happen in Chapter 9. Where a lot of mutiny happens. A lot of finger pain and blaming. Captain cannot be trusted. Trade wretched fish and shells for gold. Ah, so it was monetary base. And the gunner's mate, who's also in on the plan, is in the dead. So it looks like John Davies was. Oh wait, no. Yeah, mutiny. Okay, that was not him though. That was the midshipman that saw the whole scene. So a lot of plots were revealed, mainly by the officers. Okay, and then they escape, and then we're just left with the final four on the ship. And take more than those shells. So I guess consumed by greed, the captain just tries to defend what he has. Because I think there's only one shell left at this point. The other two shells are just thrown overboard, I guess. And then, yep. for some reason, he feels remorse at the end. Even after all the killing and after all the attempts to rein in the shells, he ends up offing himself. And with that, we reach a tragic end of the story. So, I think I got the main points, but I feel like I'm missing some key characters and motivation. So, feel free to fill me in.
Alright. So, if you don't mind me quoting a certain detective who is well known for having OCD, here's what happened.
Monk.
Yes. So, the entire purpose of the ship was to travel from England all the way around the Cape of Africa to eastern China, where
Yes.
Formosa is. They were taking Formosan royalty with them, who were taking a chest over to this area of Formosa. That was the entire purpose of it. The ship began with a very ominous event with an accident involving the cargo and then with sickness out at sea. None of that was directly related to the ultimate death. It was just a few ominous early deaths.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the first two chapters don't really have any relation to the rest of the story. They mostly exist just so that we can have uh, information to use for identifying people later on.
All right.
During this period, however, the second mate, was it? I believe
Yep.
he had he realized that there was this very valuable chest on board that could have something very valuable and very worthy of taking things. So he intended to take it for himself with a few allies and leave the ship. His first attempt, he went to get it, knocked out the one guard, but then another one of the passengers, Nunzio Pasqua, happened to be down there.
Right. And
The second mate bluffed his way closer before murdering Nunzio so that he could get away with it. He then proceeded to blame it on the one Formosan guard. Most likely, one of his associates was someone who allegedly spoke Chinese and gave a false translation. While the guard probably said
yeah,
something along the lines of the second mate did it, his insider instead said no, instead translated as I killed him, thus ending with the self-confession.
okay. So
Yeah,
it'd be silly. That's what I was
we
wondering.
do know that one of them was a Chinese man. One of the conspirators for the chest theft plot was a Chinese man. So that figuring out that that's what he means, how the self confession came about is probably something that takes a little bit of like thought. Is like, okay, why would it be self confession?
Yeah, it was weird when I
Is
first heard about it.
the only reason people can think of is that a Chinese one of the Chinese guy who was in on the plot had to have given a false translation.
Regardless, right after that
Firing squad. Yeah.
firing squad, yes, thank you. Right after the firing squad, the second mate made another attempt, this time more successful. He did end up getting spotted, and it was a bit rougher getting off, but he managed to escape, taking two of the other Formosans, the man and the woman, as prisoners,
Prisoners.
or
Okay.
hostages,
Yeah,
so that he
they
could
weren't
get off more
They
safely.
weren't.
I thought they're in on the plot. My bad.
No, they're not in on the plot. They were taken as hostages because you can. First of all, they call for the captain in the scene where they're being taken, and also their hands are tied behind their back. In the fourth chapter, the calling.
Yeah.
Now, here's the important thing. Inside of the chest is one of these mysterious shells, some
Yes.
sort of artifact or item that belongs to the creatures of the sea, those mermaids. And I don't know the exact purpose of it or anything like that, except that the mermaids do not want anyone else to have it. When it was on those lifeboats out at sea, you could hear the Formosans saying it must not get in the water. The mermaids, however, must have become aware that it was out at sea, and desperate to have it again, attacked the boats.
Yes.
They killed
You can
they killed
also
most of the people there,
you can
but
also see in the fourth chapter the other two mermaids. There's three mermaids there. Two of them have shells on their backs, and one of them does not have a shell on their back.
So that's the stolen one then.
So presumably the shell that the Formosans have is that third mermaid shell. Yeah. So the mermaids are trying to get their shell back.
They managed to kill most of the people on the lifeboats. However, they are managed to be stunned when Itbang activates the power of the shell by reaching into the chest where the shell is protected within the quicksilver to activate the power and stun all the other mermaids.
It's not. He takes it out of a compartment in the front of the chest, takes the shell out of there, and then puts it into the quick.
There's like some
Silver.
reaction, I
Oh,
guess,
okay.
and like burns everything.
Yeah, because in Murder Part 1, you can see the shell is stored in a front compartment of the chest outside of the actual quicksilver part.
Okay. Okay.
So
fair
what
enough.
Bagsia does is he takes the shell out of that. You can actually see in that little picture right there that Zeus is on. The front compartment is open.
Yeah. Okay.
Bagsia takes it out of there, and then puts it into the quicksilver, and that stuns the mermaids. The exact nature of the shell's power isn't like defined. We don't really know what it is or what it does, but that ends up stunning the mermaids briefly, like at least long enough for them to contain them to Lazarette later on.
Anyway, the mermaids are brought onto the ships, and the second mate, realizing that there's no way he's going to get anywhere with only him alive, rows back to the Obra Dinn and hopes for some sort of
Forgiveness.
clemency or some way to not die. However, the remaining Formosan, the guard, upset at the fact that that his fellow guard was killed by him,
Yeah.
and seeing that the two people he was supposed to guard were also dead, proceeds to shoot the person who he believes was the cause of all of it, and basically was.
Yes.
That is why Chio Tan shot Edward Nichols.
Yeah, it was a revenge killing in a sense.
Makes sense.
Revenge, justice, whatever you want to call it. After that comes unholy captives, when the mermaids are lifted out of the boat and, because they're alive, brought down into the lazarette to be kept as prisoners. And also because, look, it's these strange creatures. I'm pretty sure someone would want to know something about them, or maybe study them. Who knows?
Yeah.
At least that might have been the logic. They also
But
lock up the
in regards,
chest since.
in regards to the scene that
Yes.
we're on right now, in this scene here, if you look at the transcript, they're basically questioning Chio Times, like, why'd you just kill the guy who rode back with the chest? So they're asking, like, what do you know about it? What do you know about the chest and the shell? And then the Chinese guy translates what the captain's asking, and what's marked by the X is the bodyguard's response.
Yep. Right before he died.
Indeed, that's where he's talking about the shell that needs to be protected. However, as I said, the creatures are all brought downstairs. It's at this point that the ship steward, superstitious as he is, believes that
Not
the
ship steward,
mermaids are.
the captain steward.
Captain Steward, my mistake,
Yeah.
believes that the mermaids are basically demons, horrible creatures that are going to destroy the ship. A curse upon their ship, and with so much death that has already happened, it's hard not to believe him. And
John
I don't know
Nichols.
why he did the actual killing of the guy, but
Well,
because
the guy who he killed, it was one of the people who was the guy who he killed was one of the people who was carrying down the mermaid into the cargo hold. So my guess would be that he tried to ambush them before they could like put the mermaids away.
Yeah.
But he was stopped before he could, kill anybody else. So I mean,
Anyway.
that's my guess.
Anyway, after that, we come to where everything goes wrong. The mermaids know that the shell is on the ship and the other mermaids, so they end up summoning first the monsters, the humanoid creatures riding upon giant spider crabs, to attack the ship and try to rescue them.
Right.
When that is stopped, thanks to the valiant efforts of the entire crew, God knows they fought like hell, they decide to make another
And also,
effort.
if you look at the ship steward death scene, if you look at the ship steward death scene, you can see that the in the transcript the spider crabs were actually trying to make for the lazarette.
Yep.
So presumably the mermaids were trying to use the spider crabs to set themselves free.
And when that didn't work, thanks to the efforts of the entire crew, they went with the big guns, summoning the Kraken.
Yeah.
And it was doing a number on everything. So many people died in this one or vanished, and it was only gotten rid of when the captain actually went down to the lazarette, demanding the mermaids get rid of it. With two of them dead, the last one finally decided to let them go.
Yep. And apparently can understand human speech.
Yep.
After the efforts that happened in the Doom, there were several things going on at once. First,
Yeah, the doom and the bargain sort of happened like simultaneously. Like it's sort of presented as happening in chronological order in the book, but the events within sort of happen at the same time.
Yeah. I believe that. I mean, it was a very chaotic time, so something had to be done.
first, I believe, was the attempt by the third mate and the other two people there to get the last mermaid out and just get rid of this whole shit going on. They gave the mermaid the shell and then tossed it overboard, asking it to please make sure the Obra Dinn could get home safely.
Yep.
At the same time,
It's
after
the third shell be the one the third shell that Captain Stewart was holding that he managed to take out from the Quicksilver when Itbegsia was the one who put it in there in the first place. As for the other two shells, the other ones that the mermaids had, we don't ever see them after they get brought on board, but we do hear that the captain threw them overboard.
I wonder why.
he probably
Uh,
wanted
for-
nothing to do with them after all
well,
this.
that and also probably it was probably another way to help coerce the mermaids into like getting rid of the Kraken. Like I don't know, maybe like if you don't get rid of the Kraken, I'm going to throw your shells overboard.
Rapidly after that, however, regardless, the there were two things happening at once. First, there were the four people who, deciding we've had enough, jumped into the boat and tried to escape and managed to get away to Africa.
Yeah.
At the same time as this escape was going on, a few other people downstairs, tired of everything going wrong and the ship getting completely overwhelmed, planned a mutiny.
Yeah. They are pissed off with the captain with what happened.
Indeed. And it went back and forth with a few of them killed, until finally all that was left on the ship were the last four people.
Yep.
And you know what happened with that. They tried to commit a mutiny to deal with the captain after everything that had happened, saying it was all his fault,
Hmm.
and all three of them died due to the badassery of the captain before the captain, finally just overcome with grief, with the death of his wife, having to shoot his brother-in-law, and the loss of his entire ship and crew, just couldn't take any more and committed suicide.
Okay, so I did get.
I believe it was after this, long after this, when the ship actually came back into port, that or at least at some point, that the surgeon came back onto the ship and threw the monkey back in so that he could keep that bit of evidence.
No, the surgeon never came back to the ship. The surgeon did the whole shooting the monkey thing before leaving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because the first mate is the one who comes down and asks what he's doing down there, and the first mate dies before he even makes it off the boat. So that has to happen, like way before he actually leaves for Africa.
Okay. And the only other thing is the reason the entire ship came back was because of that final request. The shell was returned to the final remaining mermaid, and the exchange was made. In exchange for the mermaid's freedom and return of the shell, the mermaid would bring the Obra Dinn back to its home, and then it would sink in a storm.
Although, like a typical monkey's paw, it brought the Obra Dinn back, but that's all it did. It didn't ensure everyone came back safely.
Well, most of the
So
people already dead at this point.
you got your wish, but not in the way you probably hoped you would. And also that's why when you're looking at the Obra Dinn, there's like a shining thing in the distance.
Yes.
That's the mermaid looking at the ship.
Oh, okay.
'Cause if you remember, the shells always give off that shine.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And thus is the tale of the Obra Dinn.
Mystery solved.
The end.
Definitely not a happy ending. Just a lot of just someone doing their job. All right. I thought there'd be more in that final chapter, but I guess not. It was just tying up some loose ends. Because it was weird how the Kraken left, and then we just left with the final 2 chapters.
Ultimately, what the last chapter answers is, how did the ship get back? What was in the chest? And why did the Kraken leave?
Well, we already knew it was in the chest. Murder part 1 shows us the shell is in the chest, and the calling part 4 shows us the shell is put into the quicksilver, which stuns the mermaids. So the chapter doesn't really answer what happened to what's in the chest. What it answers is just like, why did the Kraken leave? What was the captain doing below deck that caused the Kraken to leave? And also, how did the Obra Dinn get back?
A lot of voice actors.
Mm-hmm.
Even though some of them may have like maybe like 2 or 3 lines or so at most.
Some of them only have 1.
Yeah, and that was it.
Some of the characters don't even talk at all.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I think this is a pretty good game. Definitely wish there was more like it for sure. But because there hasn't been, it just makes the whole experience way more engaging and memorable. So I'm glad that I got to sit through this mystery, as frustrating as it was at some points, but I didn't have any huge objections to how things were solved. Anything that I was confused on, you guys explained it to me. It's like, okay, I see how you do it. Some were a bit ridiculous, like, again, the whole...
Yeah, figuring out exactly... You can go ahead.
Yeah, figuring out that some of the people were identified strictly by small details, like the bag or the ship or the scimitar or something like that, that was a little bit ridiculous. I'm trying to remember the one I had the most trouble with figuring out.
The helmsman.
Oh, the helmsman, yeah. That was so stupid.
Which was not as hard as you thought.
It was 2 memories! 2!
He was standing there. He was standing.
Anybody
next
could
to
stand by the
helm.
wheel. Why would I assume that he's the helmsman? Because he's by the wheel.
His hand was on the wheel.
That's why the game starts with, hey, you have to make some assumptions in order to figure out some of these people.
But
Don't look for decisive information.
rewind. What does that mean?
It basically means you go back
I
to the
think
ship.
it takes you back to just before you do the final 2 fates.
10 hours, 29 minutes.
I wonder how long it took you guys.
My playthrough says it took about 10 hours.
Alright, cool.
Oh.
So
If I check on my YouTube thing, a vague idea. Let's see. The playlist that I have somewhere on here. Where the hell is it? There it is. Playlist is, let's see, every episode is about half an hour, and I have 15 episodes, so roughly 7.5 hours.
nice.
Although it should be noted there was a fair bit of brute force.
Yeah, yeah. And you guys saw me brute force, I think a couple of them. But not that many.
forced. Yeah, I think you brute forced the carpenter's mate and the carpenter. Well, more so just the carpenter's mate because that told you who the carpenter was. And then you also brute forced one of the final two seamen that you had to figure out.
Yeah. Wait, I thought.
But I mean,
Oh yeah, the mate was kind of difficult. Yeah, you're right. The carpenter wasn't that difficult.
no, you figured out who the carpenter and the carpenter's mate were supposed to be. It's just that
The names.
you sort of jumped onto which one was the carpenter's mate rather quickly without really considering how much to identify between the two.
Yeah, and I think you said another. Oh, the one who says boss.
The way you're supposed to figure it out is that one of them says boss to the other one.
Yeah. All right, awesome. Well, I'm gonna end the stream now, but thanks guys for coming. The next time I'll resume, it will be for the Great Ace Attorney finale. Hopefully that will go on Thursday this week, but if not, I'll let y'all know. But that's my plan for the week. That and the rest of Kingdom Hearts 3. So that'll be my Friday and Sunday streams most likely. Cool. Catch y'all then. Y'all have a good night.